Brendan joins us. What's up, Brendan?
Hey, Mike, how are you?
Good.
Thanks
What's
for
happening?
taking my call.
What's happening?
Hey, just wanted to thank you, like everybody else, and you very informative. And your interviews with these guys, these professionals, I think we all learn from that.
Thank you. What's up?
Mike Piazza. Any chance in getting an interview with
next
Mike
week
before you leave?
He's on next week. Yes, he will be on.
Perfect.
Yes,
Thanks,
so he will be on. Yes, he will. Dave in the Bronx. What's up, Dave?
Mike, how are you today,
Good.
Mike?
What's happening?
Happy holidays.
Thank you, Dave. What's happening?
Real quick question, Mike. You had A-Rod the other day on the radio, and my perception of A-Rod has changed. I really like the way he did the baseball, the World Series.
Yeah.
What are the chances of the Yankees retiring his number?
I think steeped in the controversy, Dave. Listen, he won 2 MVPs for the Yankees. He set a RBI record in the 2009 postseason, with I think still stands, does it not? 16 RBIs. I think it still does. It might maybe somebody tied it. That year he had 16 RBIs. He had his moments, obviously. He had a couple of the greatest years we've ever seen anybody have since Mickey Mantle. I mean, he won 2 MVPs. He had crazy seasons. But I do think the steroid stuff and all that will keep the Yankees from retiring his number. I don't think they will. I don't. I think A-Rod's in a good place now. I think he's in a good place with the franchise and with the fan base. I just don't think they'll retire his number. I don't think they will. Hector in Washington Heights. What's up, Hector?
Hey, Mike. How you doing?
Good. What's happening?
I just want to say thank you for your years of service.
Well, thank you.
You're the Michael Jordan of radio.
Oh, that's nice comment. Thank you. Thank you.
And I want to talk about the Knicks real quick. I've been a long-time Knicks fan since 1984. Been through the ups, the downs, the heartbreak. This year's team, I'm not expecting us to win the championship.
Right.
But how deep do you think we're going to get in the playoffs if we make it to the playoffs? Will we get out of the first
I think
round?
they're going to fall short of making the playoffs for 2 reasons. 2 distinct reasons, Hector. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Number 1, their schedule takes a bitter turn for the worse in the middle of January. They have played 16 home games and 8 road games. That's the reason why they're 12-12. They are 1-7 on the road. They've been a terrible road team. Number 2, Porzingis misses too many games. That's a problem. He has got to be more durable. It's something he has to do. They have got to find a way to get him better in shape. He has got to be more durable in his play. It's imperative that he does. They can't have him out of the lineup as many times as he is. That is a big problem for them. And, a lot of the games at home they've been able to win. But if you look, the schedule doesn't go bad for them until mid-November. And mid-November, the schedule takes a bitter turn where they are going to be on the road a ton. They got a big road trip. They're going to be on the road a lot the last couple weeks in January. They got a lot of road games coming up, and that's going to bury them. So I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. Ruben in Queens. What's up, Ruben?
Yeah, hi, Mike. 30 years went by so quick.
Yes, it did.
Listen, 2 quick things. That show that you're going to be on is my favorite show.
Oh, yeah?
Stunts. Yeah, it's the greatest show.
I love that.
That show should be on for 2 hours, not 1 hour.
I love that show. I agree with you.
I love it. I can't go without it, and they give me winners.
Yes, they're good.
And they're good. And
my guy Josh Brown is great.
He's great, and so's Pete. You got to watch Pete with the options. He picks up stocks.
No, he does a good job. They do a great job with the options. They really do. And I love Josh Brown. I love all the guys. They're terrific.
Yeah, listen,
they do a great job.
Stock now's Twitter.
Yeah, the Jock. So he's like Twitter for a while. Absolutely, he's been on Twitter for a long time.
One more thing quickly, Mike.
He's like Charles Schwab too. He's big on Charles Schwab now.
What do you think the Giants, if they did it, if they traded Beckham, what do you think they can get back for him?
I wouldn't trade him off this year because I think you're trading low. I think he clearly is worthy of a first-round pick, but I would not trade him now. I think you're making a mistake to trade him now. I really do. I would not trade. Don't trade when your stock's down. Don't sell your stock down. He's just missed the season. Don't use this year as the example. Alan in Staten Island. What's up, Alan?
Hey, Mike. How you doing?
Good. What's happening?
Just want to thank you for your years. I actually
thank you.
met you back in '98. You guys played a charity game in my high school, Holy Cross.
Okay.
Faculty. You remember that?
No, but I'll take your word for it.
It's okay. No worries. In any case, this Bitcoin, I just wanted to give you a little insight about it. It basically made it easy for these underworld people to take currency and bring it somewhere else, because why fill up a truck full of cash?
It's not great. There's a lot of stuff with it, and I don't want to get into all of it. But right now, I would tell people, be very careful with it. Do not. It's something that you see in most guys who are very much smarter investors than the average investor, staying very clear of it. Be careful with that stuff. I know you hear all this stuff. Oh, it went up $5,000 today, went up $10,000 today, went up 20. Be careful. Be very careful. Kevin in Parsippany, what's up, Kevin?
What's up, Mike?
What's happening?
Thanks for all the years. Just wanted to say that. I grew up listening to you and Dog in the car with my dad, so a lot of great memories.
We have a lot of those fans, and we appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely. So, real quick, just my point real fast is I'm a big Jets fan, and the one thing about this season is it's showing me it's an encouraging season. They're a lot closer than I thought that they would have been. I think they have a lot of good young players taking an important step, and at the very worst, this year will be a good learning year for them. So they finished in the middle of the draft based on their record. Can you see them signing like a Kirk Cousins or somebody if they think they're good and ready to compete for next year rather than taking a quarterback round one to develop?
I think I would rather they. I'm not against every quarterback that's out there. I think you got to be careful of what you can get your hands on, and I'd be very suspicious of certain quarterbacks. So I would be very careful in that regard. Scott in Atlanta, what's up, Scott?
Hey, Mike. Good afternoon. Just wanted to tell you that I'm a New Yorker, but I've been down here for about 20 years, and I listen to you all the time on my phone here on WFAN on the radio. Mm-hmm. Recently lost my dad on November 11th, just 3 days shy of his 77th birthday.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's all right. We're huge fans of yours. I go back with you all the way to the beginning, and being a New Yorker, living here in Atlanta.
A lot of New Yorkers live in Atlanta. A lot of them.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
But I still follow all the New York teams. I'm going to sorely miss you when you go off the air.
Thank you.
Like I say, I've got you on the phone all the time on the radio app and everything, and just wanted to see you're going to potentially have Calipari or Boeheim on before your last show.
You know what? They're not telling me who they're booking for the 12th. They're going to just let me guess. So I would think there's a good chance. Calipari, I would think you'll hear for sure. I don't know about Boeheim. Like I said, there's a lot of guys I don't know about. But that 12th, we're going to run a lot of guys through. Now, long interviews, I would say I don't know about either one. But as far as the long interviews still coming up, we're going to have Stern today. We're going to have Piazza, Coughlin coming up. And Simmons will be on for an hour next week. We're still working on that. He'll be on Wednesday at 4. We're working on a couple others, too. Craig in Woodside. What's up, Craig?
Hey, Mike. How are you, buddy?
What's happening?
Well, I wanted to say thank you as well. And the word that I keep thinking of, and I do have a question, is invitation. It's always an invitation that we give to you to invite you into our cars, our homes, and you invite us into the studio. And it's been a great listen all these years. It's like, even though we don't know each other, we all seem very familiar with one another. Well, that's what radio offers. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Radio is a very special medium because it's far more personal than the other mediums. It is extremely more personal, and people in radio feel like they know you because they do. Because they do. They're with you. They hear you emote. They learn a lot about you. You have time. See, radio allows you. TV doesn't allow you the time. It's a visual medium. It's a director's medium. It does not allow you the time to get into things in depth. In TV, you talk in headlines. When you're an analyst in TV, you have to be able to give the 5-second answer, the 15-second answer, and the 50-second answer. But most of the time, you're condensing and you're talking in headlines. In radio, you have time to paint the picture. You have time to put in the borders. You have time to put in the edges. You can do all that, and it allows people to have a very, very good feel about people and to understand people and get a feeling for them. And that's why the radio audience is the most loyal. And it's a very special relationship. And it's why radio is a medium that everybody loves doing. TV is something you like having done. Radio is something you like doing because it is a very enjoyable performer's medium. It's all about the performer, and it's right there between the performer and his audience. It's as spontaneous as say the theater is, in that it's live and you can feel the audience. Now, again, you can't hear them, but you know they're there, and they have that same feeling about you. They really do. So it's a very special audience. It really is. Stan in Livingston, what's up, Stan?
Hey, Mike, how you doing? I
What's
just want to
happening?
thank you for 30 phenomenal years.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
And a question for you. Is there any chance that the Giants can go after Urban Meyer and somehow get him out of Ohio State and take over football operations?
You know, I asked Urban Meyer when he was here during the commercial, and we talked about some things. We had mutual friends. He knew a lot more about me than I realized, and we talked about a bunch of stuff. And I said to him, I said, Urban, I know how you think about football in Ohio. I know what you think. What happens when the Cleveland Browns basically beg you? I mean, they come and beg you. And he said, I don't think I'm a pro coach. He says, I'm a teacher. The way I run things, I don't think I'm made for the pro game. I don't think I'll ever go to the pro game. So, I mean, if he said that about and this is a kid from Ashtabula, Ohio, if he doesn't feel that way about the Cleveland Browns or going to the pro game, I can't see him coming to the Giants. So I don't think it's about money. Urban Meyer's got plenty of that. It's not even about control. I think it's just that he does not think, and he might be right. There were many guys, Lou Holtz was a terrific college coach. He was not a good pro coach. What he tried to do in the pros didn't work. They're very different. They're independent contractors. They're much different. You got to get through them differently than you do with guys in the pros versus college. College, they're kids. You treat them like kids. You have to educate them like kids. You got to teach them the game as kids. They're going to have kids' problems. So from that standpoint, it's very different. I see Tennessee hires, they go back into Alabama. Boy, these SEC teams, man, they can't get enough Alabama coaches. It's unbelievable. Now Jeremy Pruitt is the new head coach of Tennessee. So it's amazing. Saban's going to have the whole league soon of coaches the way they're going. Stephen in Bayport, what's up, Stephen?
Hey, Mike, thanks for taking the call.
What's happening?
Now, Josh McCown has obviously earned the right to start through the rest of the season. But you do think, since the Jets' biggest need is a quarterback after the season, that we might see Christian Hackenberg this year?
I believe that the magic number, I've said it all along, is 9. If the Jets hit 9 at any point in this season, if they don't, McCown will play the whole year. If they hit 9, I think Hackenberg will start. That has been my thought all along, that if the Jets start a week where they have 9 losses in the bank, then I think Hackenberg will start. So I think you're looking at a situation where as long as they keep winning, McCown's going to keep playing. If they can go 8-8, they're going to go 8-8 this year, and that's all there is to it. And they're going to live and rebuild off this year and take it from there. I think if they have a game where they're starting with 9. Now, the odds on this now, remember, it's not this week, and it's not next week, because right now you know what the record is. So you're at least a couple of weeks away, and you're also coming into a chance where it might not happen. So there's a chance now you might not see either one of these quarterbacks this year, especially Hackenberg, who you're waiting to see. 3:40, as we said, Brian Billick's still to come. David Stern will join us at 4:30. Here's Eric.